5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. Noting and drafting are fundamental skills in the world of administrative work, legal practice, and many other professions that require clear, concise communication. These activities involve the creation of written documents that communicate specific information in a structured and understandable way. While the terms may seem simple, the process of noting and drafting encompasses a wide range of tasks and requires attention to detail, clarity, and precision. Noting is the act of recording or writing down important pieces of information, observations, or facts. It is a preliminary activity, often carried out before any formal drafting or written communication occurs. Notes can range from brief reminders to extensive records of events or conversations. The purpose of noting is to ensure that key information is captured and can later be referenced, analyzed, or used for further actions. In the context of office work or professional practice, noting is essential to keep track of discussions, decisions, and instructions. It often involves summarizing key points of meetings or conversations. These notes help clarify the points of discussion, establish a timeline of events, and provide a clear record of what was agreed upon. This is particularly important in professions where accountability is key and where decisions can have legal, financial, or operational consequences. Noting may also serve the purpose of organizing thoughts. Professionals often make notes when brainstorming, planning, or considering various approaches to a task. These notes may be rough and unstructured, but they serve as a foundation for more formal written communication. In some instances, noting may involve keeping records of dates, times, actions, and responsibilities, all of which are important for maintaining an efficient workflow. For example, an individual might note the specific tasks assigned to team members, the deadline for these tasks, and any necessary follow-up actions. This type of noting ensures that all necessary details are readily available and that nothing is forgotten. Drafting is the process of creating a more formal and polished version of a document. Drafting usually follows noting and involves taking the raw information or ideas gathered in the noting process and turning them into a coherent, organized document. The drafting process requires a higher level of attention to structure, language, and format, as the goal is to produce a document that can be finalized and communicated to others. Drafting requires understanding the purpose of the document, its audience, and the key messages that need to be conveyed. Whether one is drafting a legal contract, a business proposal, a letter, or any other type of formal document, the core principles of drafting remain the same. The writer must clearly articulate ideas, ensure the language is precise, and arrange the information logically. In many cases, drafting involves multiple stages. The first draft is often a rough version that captures the main ideas and outlines the structure of the document. Afterward, revisions are made to improve clarity, coherence, and effectiveness. This iterative process may involve reworking sentences, adjusting the tone, refining arguments, and ensuring that the document is free from errors. Drafting is not just about writing, it also involves thinking critically about the content. Each section of a document must contribute to the overall goal, and unnecessary information should be omitted. The draft must also adhere to specific conventions, rules, or guidelines that apply to the particular type of document being created. For instance, A legal document may require specific language or formatting to comply with the law, while a business proposal must be structured in a way that highlights the value proposition clearly. Noting and drafting are often interconnected. The notes gathered during the noting phase serve as the raw material for the drafting phase. The more organized and comprehensive the notes, the easier the drafting process will be. Notes provide the factual backbone of a document, and through the drafting process, these facts are turned into a polished piece of writing. However, while noting is largely concerned with gathering information, drafting focuses on presenting that information effectively. It's important for the drafter to evaluate the information captured in the notes, determine what is essential, and decide how best to present it in a clear, logical manner. One key skill that links noting and drafting is the ability to distill large amounts of information into key points. In the noting phase, a person may jot down everything they believe is important without concern for how it will appear in a final document. When it comes to drafting, however, it is necessary to sift through those notes, identify the most relevant details, and construct a coherent narrative or argument. Despite their importance, noting and drafting can be challenging. One common issue in noting is the tendency to record too much information. While it is essential to capture key details, notes should be concise and focused on the most relevant points. Overloading a document with excessive information can make it harder to identify critical pieces of information later on. In drafting, one of the most common challenges is clarity. A well-drafted document is clear, concise, and easy to understand. However, writers often struggle to strike the right balance between being thorough and being concise. Over-explaining or using overly complex language can cloud the meaning of the document, making it less effective. On the other hand, omitting crucial details can lead to misunderstandings or incomplete communication. Another challenge in drafting is maintaining a consistent tone. The tone of a document should align with its purpose and audience. Legal documents, for example, often require a formal, neutral tone, while marketing materials might be more conversational or persuasive. Striking the right tone requires an understanding of the context in which the document will be used and the audience it is intended for. Moreover, writers often face the challenge of organizing information in a way that flows logically. The structure of a document is crucial for ensuring that the reader can follow the information easily and quickly. A poorly organized document may cause confusion, even if the content itself is accurate. Stop.